Hello everyone, Randy here again, and we're playing Farming Simulator 15 on Central California on the RDAllen multiplayer server. Just myself on here at the moment. And we're just kind of taking the little Linderner tractor here for a quick spin up to the main farm. Someone has a hired worker going here on field 3 cultivating it. Apparently this field's been harvested. I was on last night. I think it took me about 2 hours between myself and a hired worker to plant this field. So it looks like someone's got it harvested already, and I'm guessing sold, because that looks like I got a little more money than I did before. Nothing in storage, so yes, I'm guessing it got sold. So yes, like I said, just if you look at the map, looks like a small field. But like I said, it took me 2 hours to plant roughly half the field with the help of a hired worker. So definitely not a small field, even though it kind of looks like a small field. I guess the small equipment doesn't help. Anyway. Then we also have, actually, you know what, I do have it set up with a group switcher here. Got field 25 here is ready to harvest, so I'm just going to hire a worker on this for the moment. And I believe I've seen a tipper up here this way somewheres. Yes. Bring that over to the field here in a moment. And I was kind of thinking, what am I going to be doing on the map here? And I decided, you know, rather than maybe the harvesting, cultivating, planting approach, maybe we'll go a little different route here and work on some animals right away. So we're probably going to need a mower. Oh, we're probably going to need some straw, baler. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure out what we're going to need here, but we're going to need some stuff, basically. I probably better not park on the train tracks. That probably would not be a good thing. Can I get over the... I can drive over them. Okay. We'll just leave this in this field here for the moment. And then seeing as how we do have field 3 here getting cultivated. Oh, who do we got? Group 1. You look like you're available. We just got to find where the planters are at. And this tractor's probably going to need a wait as well. Yeah, for those of you that remember the Michigan map there, this kind of has a similar feel to it with these ditches between the fields and the roads. The other thing is they got a culvert instead of a bridge, which is definitely more Michigan-like than what Michigan was with the bridges. And there's also water in the ditches here. Actually, quite a bit of water in this case. Okay, to the main farm. Let's grab a planter, and like I said, probably need a weight as well. Oh, looks like someone left a cultivator just laying there. Oh, and our combine's full already. That didn't take long, did it? Oh, I see a planter. But first we better grab a weight. And I had a weight on that tractor. I'm not sure what happened to that weight, but somebody stole it for something else, I'm guessing. Let's get a big weight, because I know that planter's heavy. And I might add quite a bit heavier than, if you ask me, it should be, considering how small it is. Anyway, that connected. Okay. Corn. Well, we probably better not plant corn. Sugar beets, probably better not plant that either. Interesting. There's supposed to be multi-fruit on this map, but I'm not seeing that on the planter. Which doesn't surprise me. I noticed the map came with a multi-fruit mod. Only one multi-fruit mod. For those of you who've done anything with multi-fruit, you'll know it takes 2 multi-fruit mods to enable multi-fruit on the map. So I seen that right away when I was putting the required mods in. And I was a bit suspicious. It's like, okay, that's not right, because there's always supposed to be 2 of them. There's only 1. I didn't bother taking the time to fix it, though, because I wasn't sure. It's like, well, maybe this one only requires 1. I've never seen that before, but yeah, it looks like I was right. It does require 2 multi-fruit mods, or possibly 3. Something I'll maybe have to look into and see if I can fix so the multi-fruit aspect works. Typically the way it works with the multi-fruit, you'll have the 2 main multi-fruit mods. I'm not sure why there has to be 2, but all I know is that's the way it always is. There's the 2 main ones, and then sometimes there'll be a secondary special multi-fruit mod, you know, tailored to the map specifically. So in this case, there's only the 1. And like I said, I seen that right away. It's like, okay, that's not right. I'm not sure why I'm planting wheat again. We just finished with wheat, but could at least planted barley or canola or something. Hopefully no train coming. Apparently with the trains too, I was told the trains are apparently client side, not server side. So for example, when I see a train going down the tracks, doesn't necessarily mean everybody else on the server will see the train going down the tracks. The same thing we found out for animals as well. For example, cows, you know, chickens, sheep. They are apparently client side. We were discovering there, apparently, you know, I was like, hey, there's a sheep here. Nobody else could see the sheep there. It's like, nah, there's a sheep over here. It's like, I don't see a sheep there. There's a sheep here. So, sheep, cows, animals, apparently the trains as well. Like I said, client side, not server side. So, when someone else sees a train, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to see a train. Or when I see a train, doesn't necessarily mean when everybody else is going to see a train, apparently. So, anyway. Like I said, let's see what it's going to take to get into some animals. And by animals, I'm thinking anything and everything here, folks. Not, you know, not necessarily specifically cows or sheep or whatever. I don't actually need mods. We need to be in animals here because there is, you know, the cow, sheep, chickens, obviously. And then we have a green screen. Okay, folks, I'm back here again. Apparently had a video card crash, or graphics driver crash, I should say, actually. So not exactly sure how much of the last part of the video I have, but I guess we'll find out. Anyway, still harvesting and still cultivating and still planting, or at least the hired workers are anyway. Okay, there we go. For some reason my side panel wasn't working. I just had to unplug it and replug it back in there. Okay, let's go back to the Lindener, I guess. And, like I said before, I was rudely interrupted my graphics card driver crashing. We want to get into some animals. We got the beef and pigs, and we do have fattened chickens as well. Okay, good to know. Double check, make sure I have the animal trailer in here. Should be, yes it is. The Joskin. Someone was asking why don't I put some different trailers in. Main reason I'm using this trailer is because it supports all the animal types. So some of the other trailers do not, whereas this one actually does. 50 pigs, 40 beef, 140 chickens, 140 goose. So yeah, it basically holds everything, or at least everything that the game currently supports that I know of anyway. So I don't have to worry about what map I'm on. I can just put that trailer in, and that trailer will work with all the animals that are on that map. Okay. So like I said, we'll probably want a mower. That's going to be what? Oh, if we get that one, that's 8,000. And like I said, I kind of like the idea of going with the baling, which is going to use up a lot of money, unless I go with the round baler. But I kind of like the square baler. And that auto stack, that's 45,000. Okay. Actually, we could just go with a forage wagon. Go with like that one for now, maybe. The trouble with bales, actually, you know what? The mod might be in here. I'll have to double check. We might have the direct feed mod. I know this map came with a couple of different extra mods, you know, as far as adding stuff to the game, so this might have come with it. I'll have to double check that. But like I was going to say, the problem with bales is you can't really do a whole lot with the bales. Yes, you can make the bales, but then what you're supposed to do with them, you can't feed them to your animals without first doing something to them, so actually, let's double check. I'm pretty sure we do have a grass field here. I believe that doesn't have a number on it, but I believe that's grass. So that's what it says it is anyway. Apparently that one is as well. The only thing is if we want to make mixed rations, then we'll definitely probably want the baler. Unless there's a mixing station on this map, I'm not sure about that. Double check that maybe. You know what? For now, I think we'll go with. Let's go with that one just because it's cheap. I do not have enough money. Okay. Okay, now let's buy it. And we'll grab a tedder, sure, why not? And how about a windrower? That's a big windrower. I think if we do that, we can still afford a forage wagon. Not quite the biggest forage wagon, but we can afford the forage wagon. Okay. Now where does all this equipment show up exactly? Looks like all right there, okay. So apparently the shop is the farm as well. Oh, there it is right there, okay. Oh, you know what, and I did want to buy a weight for this tractor as well. Let's do that in a minute. Okay, and we should be ready to start mowing here. Let's see, where's the field? That is right behind us, I believe. Actually, hopefully this tractor has enough horsepower. Forgot to check that. I'm pretty sure it does for this mower. And this is also a very, very large grass field, so I don't think we need to mow the entire thing here. At least not for starters, anyway. Yeah, not sure how that's going to work with GPS. Guess we'll find out. I think what we're actually going to do, let's just zero that offset. Also says it's 3.8. It is definitely not 3.8. Okay, in theory this should work, I believe, because, you know, it's every 3 meters, so I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, this tractor handles it with no problemo. That is definitely a long grass field, and we're on the short side of it too yet. Combine's full. Let's take care of that a moment. Okay, that's how we take care of that problem. Oh, apparently you can mow the grass there? Okay, didn't know that. So we just go up a reasonable distance here, and then we'll start going back that way. Like I said, I don't think we'll need all of this field. Maybe get like the 8,000 cows or something going, then yeah, maybe we'll need that much grass. But for now, I definitely don't think we need that much. Anyway, we'll see if we can read a couple of comments here while we're going up and down the field. Mark was asking, can you turn on the external accounts mod? Yes, I did that now. I forgot to turn that on when I started the server here, so all the money was going to me. So now that is on, so you folks should get your cut of the money as well when you're playing on the server. Which, by the way, I keep getting asked how that works. There seems to be a lot of confusion to that. Basically, all the external account mod does, well, it allows you to keep your money. That's the main benefit of the external account mod. It's basically a bank that keeps your money when you log off. Otherwise, typically what happens when you log off, the money goes to me. With the external account mod, when you log off, you can actually keep that money. So that's basically all the external account mod does. But then within the farming sim itself, there's the option for separate accounts. And that basically means everybody earns their own money. And the way that works, everybody gets an equal portion. So, and I think I've gone over this before. Let's say there's 2 people on the server. We sell a load of wheat worth $10,000. We both get $5,000. That's basically how that works. Let's say there's 3 people on the server. We sell a load of wheat worth $10,000. We're each going to get $3,333.33. And maybe somebody gets 34. I don't know. But anyway, that is basically how that mod works, and that is on now. Dante on my drone video says it looks sick and awesome. Yes, it is a lot of fun to fly that drone. It does take some really good video as well, by the way. I'm just not exactly sure at this point, YouTube-wise, what I would do with that video, because, at least in my opinion, it's not altogether that exciting, so. But it is definitely a lot of fun to fly. Very easy to fly, too, I will have to say. Compared to most flying vehicles RC vehicles, this actually flies quite well. It does what you want it and expect it to do. See, that's where the GPS lines up, but that looks a little too far over. I guess we'll find out. Well, it works. Noaze was saying a flying video would be nice. Yes, like I said, just got to figure out how I can make the footage maybe not so boring, I guess you could say. Danny was also saying about that, don't take those on state game land. Says his brother did that and got fined $1,500. Yeehaw. Sounds like that was in Pennsylvania, I guess. Which, yes, I did read something about that. Although it doesn't say it's not illegal, it just says they want to make it illegal. So, the way I understand it, shouldn't be able to get fined for that yet, but they want to be able to do that. Michael was asking, can we have the downloads for the new map? Download links stay the same. So when I change maps, change mods, exactly the same download links. They do not change between maps and seasons and whatnot anymore. So the exact same download links you folks used for Chellington are the same download links for Central California. Same download links you folks use for Michigan are the same download links you use for Central California. So just the mods that are available on those download links have changed. That's what's mainly changed. This is going to definitely take me a while to mow this, isn't it? Dakota was saying you should look into States version 8. It's a large multiplayer map and has lots to do. Farming animals and fattening animals, just a good map. We've actually already done States map, States version 6 though, not States version 8. I'm sure they've probably made a few good changes, but I don't plan on going back to that map. Just my opinion, it was a okay map. Not great, but okay. You know, I would define maps like Chellington as great maps. This map, for example, I would rate this as an okay map so far. I might change my opinion on that, but this is so far just, in my opinion, a okay map. As far as looks go anyway, especially on the looks. It's probably, as far as looks go, this is probably actually less than okay map, I would have to say so far, to be honest. I don't know why, but it seems like the GPS just looks so far off for this side of the field, but it is working. Back to the comments. Attila was asking, is the wheel good for Euro Truck Simulator? Talking about the farming simulator steering wheel there. Yes, the farming simulator steering wheel does work for Euro Truck. Is it good for it? Yes, it's good for it. I'm not quite going to say it's great for it, though. It's good for it. You know, it's got the buttons, all the buttons you need. It does have one really nice thing. The side panel has the joystick. Works really good for looking around. You know, so you don't have to take your hands off your controller, steering wheel, side panel. You have to reach up for your mouse or something to look around. It does work really good for that. Preference-wise, though, I definitely go for like the G27 for Euro Truck, American Truck, something like that. Forward Gaming is what is the name of the multiplayer server? It says he tried searching for RDAllen and couldn't find it. Apparently he searched again and commented back that he did find it that time. Because I did reply back to him and say yes. He just searched for RDAllen under International. I don't know if you folks can hear that or not, but I just had a complete fan failure from the sounds of it on my computer. That, I don't know what it's doing, but it doesn't sound good. Take the mic and hold it down by my computer a minute. Okay, folks, so we're going to have to stop recording here. I'm going to have to fix that. And, yeah, we'll wrap up the episode there. So if you folks have any comments or questions, quiet you, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching. And